Hello everyone, it's Duckfairy07. Today I'm playing Domain Zoo with Ajani. Okay, so the Ajani is a good fit for Zoo deck because it creates a cat warrior 2-1 when it enters the battlefield, and it says whenever one or more other cats you control die, you may exile it and then you transform it. And when you transform Ajani, it can get pretty crazy. It's a really very powerful card when flipped. And often if you just bolt your Ajani, you can bolt the cat token. You flip the Ajani and then you get the cat token immediately back, and you deal amount of damage equal to the number of creatures to any target. So basically you get that bolt back and you get the token you bolted back immediately. So you kind of waste a card to do it, but you end up not losing anything because for the zero ability just completely gets you back that card and that token back. So it's a kind of, sometimes you will want to just bolt it, but mostly you will hope that your opponent will be forced to kill one of your cats. So you got 4 wild Nacatls, you got 2 Nishoba Brawlers, you got Ajani tokens, and these creatures hit really hard and hit very early. So when you put Ajani on the field, sometimes opponent will have to make bad decisions, killing your Ajani, leaving a token and letting the token damage go through, which is then good for your game plan with the Tribal Flames and Lightning Bolt. So I think this card helps you go a little bit wider and forces your opponent into some medium plays. And also the fear of the Ajani flipping is sometimes really hard. Opponent will play around it, will let go through the Cat Warrior token damage, and then you will be able to finish stuff with the Tribal Flames. And sometimes you'll just bolt your own token to flip it, flip Ajani. Also, if opponent tries to kill it, you can in response bolt your token to flip it. There is a lot of tricks to do here. Okay, so few people after I posted this list on Twitter replaced a third Ajani with 1 Flage. I think Flage is a good fit for some zoo builds as a 1-off, as a 2-off, as a 3-off, whatever. But in this build, I feel that it warps the mana base too much to just jam 1 Flage randomly in the list. That is why I decided for this version to not add any Flages. So to play Flage, you have to go change the strand, change the Windswept Heath for Arid Mesa, play Plains and Mountain as your basics, and replace Overgrown Tomb with Blood Crypt, and then you can jam the Flage in your zoo list. That makes mana a lot better, and also you have to replace the Survey Land, so you're only left with a breeding pool in your deck that doesn't help you cast Flage, which I think is totally fine. Having 1 land in entire list that don't help cast Flage, I think that's like totally okay. And the Triumph should be Xander's Triumph, I think, in that version. So that's it. And you can also then replace the Survey Land for the green-white one. So yeah, that would be the mana base if you really want to add 1-off Flage into this build instead of a third Ajani. I often find myself siding out the third copy of Ajani, so maybe in the future 2 copies might be like the optimal, but yeah, for now, for this first video, I wanted to go with 3. And yeah, okay, so on the sideboard we've got Damping Spheres, that is a hate mostly for Ruby Storm, but also hates on Turbonado, hates on Tron, hates on Eldrazi, and also most importantly Amulet Titan. Okay, there is Harsh Mentor, also another piece of hate mostly for Nadu decks. This triggers on every ability. They draw a card with Nadu, so they can't go infinite with Harsh Mentor on the field. Okay, so we got Spell Snare in the sideboard. I think Spell Snare is greatly positioned right now. A lot of MH3 cards which are popular, costing 2 mana. You got Ajanis, you got MH3, the Amulet, Unstable Amulet. You got now in the Mardu deck, you got that Sorin too, 2 mana Sorin, and a lot of 2 cards already in the 2 mana cards already in format. I think first Spell Snare in the sideboard is like very valued right now. 1 Flusterstorm instead of a 4th Denial in the side. Of course, there is that new card which I heavily considered for the sideboard, but at this point I didn't find room for it. But I would be open to trimming the Harsh Mentor depending on the popularity of Nadu deck in your metagame. I would just replace it with the new 1 mana counterspell. 1 mana counterspells are great in this deck. Consign to Memory. This serves as kind of a stifle, but counters only triggered ability and a colorless spell. That part is very important. A lot of Eldrazi's right now in the leagues, and kind of a stifle part of it also can be very relevant. It also has a replicate, so yeah, it's a good card, very good card for the sideboard. So I think either Harsh Mentor or Consign to Memory taking my last 2 slots in the current sideboard. Okay, I didn't have either of these in the league I played. I only was able to play 1 league so far. But yeah, pretty happy with the deck. Also testing a lot other similar zoo strategies. Mostly for zoo decks so far, testing Ajani and Flage in these let's say flex slots of the zoo deck. So that's it. Also as you can see, doing some moderations on the sideboard, and that's basically it. Okay, so with that said, in this league I played, I didn't have either Consign to Memory or Harsh Mentor. Instead I had 2nd Spell Snare and 4th Damping Sphere. That is also an option. So the zoo sideboard is very adjustable towards a metagame in your paper, in where you play your paper games. So these are some best options I think right now, and since Nadu is at the moment tier 1, I will probably keep Harsh Mentor for the time being, but really have this Consign to Memories in mind and have some slots ready for them in your zoo sideboard for the future. So that's it. Okay, so before we go to the gameplay, I want to remind you that you can go down to the cardalk.com and see there a token solution for your paper collection. If you make a purchase on cardalk.com using the link down below in the video description, then you are supporting my channel, and thank you for that. So check out their product. It's a really cool, in my opinion, token solution for players that have multiple decks and don't always have tokens for all of them. This can make things much simpler and easier for you. Okay, so that's it. We can now go check out the gameplay. Okay, so let's start match 1. Match 1, of course, have to mulligan this. I had Leyline plus Scion, unfortunately no lands, and here I keep a weird one. Might seem a bit weird, but like I actually have turn 1 play, I have turn 2 play, and I have a turn 3 play. I had 2 brawlers, so I'm just taking a bet that in 4 turns I will draw a fetch land, which ended up pretty good for me. Okay, so here I was able to get that Sacred Foundry, which was a key, and actually just end the game on turn 3 with this slightly weird hand. That looked kind of weird at first, but actually won me the game on turn 3, which is pretty insane. Opponent helped me with the 2 Totsis, but they didn't use any fetch lands or whatever, so really wild Nacatl and my cats doing a good job here. Okay, so let's check out, that was pretty quick, let's check out game 2. Okay, so playing second now, one lander, had to mulligan this, keep mulligan to 6. Now I have turn 1 Nacatl into turn 2 Scion with Leyline, that is pretty crazy. I mean, in this situation you can not play anything until you play the Scion, but they can have Shielded Edict, so that's not like very good game plan in my opinion. Opponent is playing a mono black Necro Dominance. That card is insanely, this is the play you have to use as often as possible. So you have fetches, you have Leyline of the Guildpact, and in your upkeep you must fetch the Survey land. To all your spells are costing 2 mana, so this is a great play in your turn 3 upkeep. If you don't have already turn planned, you just go for a Survey land in your upkeep, it wins you the games. And as you can see here, I was able to graveyard the Temple Garden, top deck the Scion of Draco, just don't forget to do this thing. And now I got the Scion of Draco, and now all their cards are useless if they don't have Shielded Edict, and mostly decks at the moment don't play Edict, so okay, so I grabbed Gigante there, my opponent plays another useless Bowmaster. Bowmaster is just so bad against most Zoo decks. I'm only playing 3 Ragavan here, and post board I'm playing probably like 2. So okay, opponent succeeded to find Necro Dominance here, but I'm able to binding it before their end step, so they don't get to use the ability. Even if they do, it is questionable if they will probably also just die next turn from the Scion. So yeah, that is the match, a very quick match against Mono Black, and this is kind of a popular deck right now. I would say the most popular deck using Necro Dominance at this moment. So yeah, I feel like Zoo is very well positioned against Necro Dominance deck. If you want to beat that decks, then just play Zoo. I think that's like very good option. I decide to graveyard my breeding pool. It doesn't help me get the full domain here. I have a foothills here to go for the foundry, and I have 2 Ajanis here, but like Kavu is just very good. Maybe the better card would be here Ajani, because this is a burn deck. But Kavu is the best card of any domain deck, and if you can play Kavu, you will play Kavu, and that is like the rule. Let's say the rule. If you have Kavu, you play the Kavu unless you are 100% sure it will die. Kavu is just, of course, Scion is better if you have the Leyline, but Kavu is a 5/5, does the thing when it attacks, is just very good card for this archetype. And that's it. Okay, a quick game 1 against Burn. I think at least it's Burn. Nowadays people don't play the actual Burn, they have something in between Burn and Prowess. Okay, so opponent, yeah, that is the thing the opponent is playing. Okay, so they start with Ragavan, turn 1 I keep Leyline plus Scion of Draco. We all know just how strong that is against decks like this. Opponent goes for another Channeler, and I'm able to jam Scion of Draco on turn 2. Usually this is game over against a Burn. I mean, this is not Burn, obviously. I wasn't sure at first. But yeah, opponent exiles the Breach here, and I'm able to play Kavu and hold a Stubborn Denial. Opponent goes to their turn and just they don't have answer for the Scion, probably looking for pick your poison. They didn't find it and they concede the match here. So again, just very super quick games, which is a thing Zoo does very often, and getting the trophy with Zoo is just often can be just super easy. And especially when you start like this, like Leyline of the Guildpact, turn 1 Ragavan, turn 2 Scion, and I also have another Scion, and I can still connect with my Ragavan even though that my opponent played the Young Wolf. Yeah, okay, so pretty brutal there. Opponent, I go for a Nacatl here, and I also have a second Scion of Draco in hand. My opponent going down to 8, I play a second Scion, and this is just too much. But my opponent still somehow, like here, has the Vulcan Ballista and Young Wolf combo with Prosperous Innkeeper to gain infinite life. So luckily I also had the Lightning Bolt to stop this. So at this point my opponent concedes, and that was game 1. Let's check out game 2. Okay, so in the game 2, keeping pretty decent hand, nothing crazy this time, no Leyline starts, but pretty decent game. I have some Leyline Binding is great against them, and Nishoba Brawler is also good, Kavu, yeah, all the good cards. I even have the third Leyline Binding, but my opponent was able to start with Flare of Cultivation, and they were able to start with the turn 2 Grist, which is a pretty strong start. Okay, so I go for the Foundry here and attack them face, and just decide that probably best for me here to take the Grist. I have multiple bindings, so I can deal with Yawgmoth if necessary. Opponent plays also Nightmare in this build and uses it to get back Gilded Goose, make another food token. They can just easily block my Wild Nacatl with the wall here, so I play another threat, Territorial Kavu, and now Yawgmoth hits the field. Things are now getting complicated. Okay, in response to Yawgmoth, my opponent puts counters on both of my creatures, and then uses the Force of Vigor to kill both of my Leylines. That was like pretty strong play here. Which gave them a big advantage and way out. I needed to wait a whole other turn to play another Leyline, and in the meantime my opponent did a bunch of scary stuff. So yeah, it was a bad position from here, but I had a third Leyline to take their Yawgmoth. But yeah, opponent in response does the ability making my creatures smaller, making their creatures bigger, and I was still able to do the Kawu ability and play the Nishoba Brawler as another big trample creature for so I can attack next turn. Yeah, unfortunately here opponent has Abrupt Decay to kill my Brawler. They go in for with both of their Young Wolves and actually find the lethal with the Grist. So yeah, I wasn't thinking about that, and I probably should just attacked with Kavu last turn. So yeah, that was a mistake by me. So let's check out game 3. Okay, so here I have a one-lander, I have a Leyline of the Guildpact. I decide to mulligan and basically mulligan into same hand, but this time I didn't want to mulligan to 5, so I decide to keep a one-lander with the Leyline, hoping to draw a second one. If I draw a second one, then I'm pretty good, and here it is. I'm able to play the Kawu now. I have Chain to the Rocks. Chain to the Rocks is sweet against them, exiles their undying creatures, and I can start attacking next turn with Kavu, getting the ability. Okay, so I go in with Kavu, discard my Stubborn Denial. Didn't want to play anything before combat. I want to have mana to cast my second Kavu if necessary, and decide to hold this Chain to the Rocks in case they play Yawgmoth, because if they play it and I don't have an answer for it, I'm then in not greatly positioned here. So yeah, okay, I now have 2 Kavus on the field, so that is pretty good for me. I like both cards in my hand, so I didn't want to discard anything. I just play my Ajani here, and Ajani was an important piece of winning this game actually. Because yeah, so the opponent really fears of flipping the Ajani, so they will always most likely let this Cat Warrior damage go through, which is of course a good deal when you're playing a zoo. So they have to use mana to kill this Ajani, but they obviously can't because like Territorial Kavus is a better target, so they must let this Cat Warrior go through with damage. If they block it, then I flip Ajani and deal 3 damage wherever I want every turn. That is like super crazy for a zoo deck. And here I do a Kawu ability and I draw and bolt, so I have and they also let the Cat Warrior through 2 times, so Tribal Flames was enough for lethal, but I also draw a bolt to just have for overkill. So that was the match against Yawgmoth. Let's check out match 4. Okay, so in the match 4, again, pretty crazy start. Turn 1 Ragavan with Leyline, turn 2 Scion, but this time I'm playing a second, and yeah, so it's a bit harder. So they play a turn 2 Falagi. This means I can kill the Falagi, connect with Ragavan, play a land, play a Scion, and this is now very strong position for me. But yeah, of course my opponent is playing Gorios, so this doesn't mean much. I still have to have a solution for their Fateful Mending. Luckily I did find a Stubborn Denial from the top, which helped me yeah, if they resolve the Fateful Mending, that will be kind of hard for me. And my opponent also decides to get back the Falagi, which was a good deal, and they continue digging with Ephemerate, but didn't find the thing, so that was the game. In game 1, let's check out game 2. Okay, so game 2, I keep a hand on turn 1 Ragavan, turn 2 Rest in Peace. That is pretty decent. My opponent is of course playing Prismatic Ending, so there is a consideration to just risk it a bit and go for turn 2 Kavu. Maybe that is what I should have done, and yeah, unfortunately here my opponent also plays the Falagi, so I can't really block it. I can't really go through with Ragavan. So I opted to just go for the Rest in Peace here. I kind of just rather have them. I would rather have them Prismatic Ending the Rest in Peace than Kavu. I was hoping to connect here to play the Kavu this turn, but my opponent had Solitude to get rid of my get rid of my Ragavan and mess up my game plan. Okay, so I play Kau, I play Ajani, and yeah, so now I can start attacking, doing some damage, going in 4-3 and putting a Gigant at the hand and holding the Leyline Binding. My opponent actually plays the Grief. I can't binding it because they're playing Ephemerate. So right now I can continue attacking with my Cat Warrior token. I can surveil, put another land in the yard, and just hoping to get something from the top. Opponent now does another surveil and put Priests of the Fell Rites into the graveyard, which is very good surveil. And here my opponent finds a Supreme Verdict. I didn't really expect them to have this card in their sideboard. Okay, so I played the Leyline of the Guildpact, and my opponent goes Tainted Indulgence into Fateful Mending, and now they are really far ahead at this point. But I have Leyline of the Guildpact in case I draw Scion. This can change quickly. I go in for the Ragavan. Opponent plays the Priest, and now they're down on 5. This means if I top deck Tribal Flames, I can kill them. But yeah, that's just I had that window just for a turn. In meantime, opponent finds a Fateful Mending and then finds Atraxa and Gorios, and that was the game I had to consider. So let's check out game 3. Okay, so this hand is pretty good. Also, Spell Snare, another very good example of Spell Snare being great from the sideboard, especially when you're playing a second, just countering their Tainted Indulgence on turn 1 and countering the Gorios at any point of the game. Spell Snare has just been very relevant card from the sideboard in the MH3 meta so far. Also like Celestial Purges and a lot of relevant 3 cards around. So I really want to put threat on the field first. And the Phalagis, the Ice Fang Kotels, the Coiling Oracles, all these are pretty popular cards at the moment. Okay, I decide to actually get rid of the Leyline here and just play the Nishoba Brawler, and I have this Spell Snare protecting me from anything dangerous they might have. And next turn I'm going in for a lot of damage with the Spell Snare, Tribal Flames backup, but my opponent has Toxic Deluge. If you're not sure, that Toxic Deluge is not a great card against Zoo, letting you going down on life and then dying from Tribal Flames is a real possibility, and that's exactly what happened here. So that is the match. Okay, so last match of this league was a loss. This was a trophy match. It was a really close one, and in match 1 I kept like a really strong hand. Turn 0 Leyline, I have Stubborn Denial backup, I have turn 2 Scion of Draco, follow it up with Territorial Cow. So yeah, pretty good. Opponent here goes for a Static Prison, and unfortunately, if they played Guide of Souls first, this would be entirely a different game, and I will be able to Stubborn Denial their Static Prison and just play the Scion of Draco and win. But now it is a bit complicated, so I had to go for the Triumph. I go for the full domain here. Now I can play the Kavu. I can play Scion. I go for the Kavu first. Kavu does the looting, and it can be much better. But here you can see the power of the Galvanic Discharge. This card is just super crazy. And yeah, this was the key moment, the Thalia. Felia is crazy in this build, and they got a bunch of this energy now. So Felia attacks, removes my Scion from the game. This let them attack and pressure me, and I am too low on my mana. I didn't get that land I needed to survive the turn. If I was able to like play Bolt plus Brawler plus Flames, I would be in much better situation. But this way, this was it. Let's check out game 2. Galvanic Discharge for 1 mana, killing cow. That is ridiculous. Okay, here I keep 2 Leylines. I have a turn 1 Ragavan, nothing else, but I have a Survey Land. I have my Giganta, and of course, starting like this can be very powerful if my opponent doesn't have a solution for the Ragavan. My opponent does have a solution for Ragavan, and I play cow on turn 2, which is ideal top deck here. But unfortunately, they also have Celestial Purge, and if I was able to just at least one time connect with Ragavan, I'm sure I would win this game 100%. And yeah, this way opponent plays a Guide of Souls, and right now I draw Bolt, and I really want to bolt this guy because it's gaining them life, so saving Bolt to go face doesn't mean much when they have Guide of Souls on the field. Also, this guy can really generate incredible amount of energy. Okay, so at this point my opponent has a Wear Tear under the amulet and plays another amulet, gets a land, and then goes for Ajani. And this ended up being a key moment of this match. I draw into the bolt and I bolted the Ajani. This was bad. Yeah, this was I don't know why I did it, but this was a bad decision. Bad decision, especially since I draw into another Tribal Flames next turn. So it was just so unnecessary to kill Ajani. There's just no point in killing Ajani. If I didn't kill the Ajani, I would get a win here. So I ended up losing this one, but this could be very easily my win if I just played it better. And yeah, here if I just holded the bolt for another turn, I would get the second Flames, and then I would definitely not use the Ajani. Okay, so here opponent plays the Raptor, plays the third amulet, so I have just another turn to top deck something and try to win this, and I did actually get the top deck. Scion was a great top deck, but yeah, unfortunately that bolt on Ajani was key, and I lost the game, and opponent finds the kill using the unstable amulets and Flage, and that is it. That is the entire match. This could easily go in my favor, but I ended up ended up bolting that Ajani, which was definitely big mistake and direct cause of me losing that game 2. So this could easily be a trophy league if I played that one a bit different. Overall, we didn't see Ajani that much in this league, unfortunately, and but I found myself often boarding out the third copy of Ajani, so I would be totally fine in just playing two Ajanis. I think it is a good addition for the deck. It is very powerful, helps you go wide, makes your Nacatl, your Nishoba Brawler better in the deck, and these cards are key for the deck, very aggressive. As you could see in that match 1, just a single Nacatl and a Brawler plus Tribal Flames actually ended up doing a turn 3 kill, which is like really insane. And Ajani plays very well with it, plays well with the bolts. Another idea is to play the Bowmaster in these slots, like play three Bowmasters in these slots. Bowmaster help you flip the Ajani, and Ajani, when it flipped, it does a good job with Bowmaster. So that is another idea for Ajani Zoo build. But right now Bowmaster is kind of medium in the meta, so I didn't do that right now, but I keeping that as an option for future changes to the list. And of course Flage is another option, but I would like to play at least 2 Flage in the deck to consider changing, warping the entire mana base around it. I already explained what you need to do with mana base for Flage to work. I think that is the best option right now. Another option is to play a double shocks, play a double steam vents, double temple garden, but that will, I promise you, make a lot of your draws with mana very awkward, and you will find definitely problems playing that build too. So that's it. Okay, so you have to choose, in my opinion, between these 2 cards at the moment. So depending if you have Nadu or not, you will remove Harsh Mentor from your sideboard. Depending if you have a consigned to if you have Eldrazi's and other relevant decks playing colorless spells, this can also be very good against Omnath decks because it counters the ring, it also counters the Solitude ability, counters the Omnath ability, and a lot of stuff actually, so it's very useful there. So it definitely has some uses, and yeah, can also be good against binding. So definitely has some uses, and it is a versatile card that can be good against a lot of decks. And that's it for today. That's all for today's zoo video. I explained, I think, all in my opinion most relevant options for the main board and the sideboard at the moment, so you'll have to think for yourself which of these options you prefer right now. So either 2 Ajanis, something else flex, or just 3 Ajanis, or play 2 Ajanis and the flex slot. I think Ajani is a good piece for this build. And also Bowmasters is another option. Just go 3 Bowmaster here. If Bowmaster is good in your metagame, it also works well with Ajani. Instant speed, flipping it, protecting from removal, and Bowmaster also goes wide, so making your Ajani ability even stronger. So these are the options. Also a Flage, a couple of Flages would be decent in this build, and that's it for today. Also a lot of new sideboard options. Metagame has changed post MH3 completely, so that is it. Okay, so I will see how I will evolve this list in the next weeks, and then probably consider making a sideboard guide on my Decktionary profile as soon as the metagame settles a bit. Okay, so that's it for today. A friendly reminder to click like, click subscribe, comment down in the video what are you doing of these mentioned options, or you're doing something else with your zoo deck. There are a lot of options right now for other builds. Okay, so also another zoo build coming soon on my channel, which was also super exciting and fun to play. Really pumped for that one, the new blue zoo build. Okay, so that is it. Until the next time, thank you for watching and goodbye.